What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today, ladies and gentlemen, it's new release Saturday. So join me once again as today I go to infinity and beyond, and we're going to take a look at the brand new Lightyear movie, starring Chris Evans, Kiki Palmer, Peter San, Dale Soules, Taika Waititi, Uzo Aduba, Bill Hader, Efren Ramirez, and James Brolin. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, today is new release Saturday, and today we go to infinity and beyond as we discuss the movie that young Andy saw back in 1995 that inspired his desire to want the Buzz Lightyear action figure, Lightyear. And as our movie opens, we meet Buzz Lightyear, a space ranger in Star Command who, along with his commanding officer and best friend, Alicia Hawthorne, explore the habitable planet Takani Prime with their new recruit, Feathering Hamston. However, they are forced to retreat to their exploration vessel after they discover that the planet hosts hostile life forms. Buzz damages the vessel during the retreat, forcing the crew to evacuate in order to conduct repairs and then continue their journey. We then jump ahead, and it's 1 year later, and the crew has constructed a colony with the necessary infrastructure in order to conduct the necessary repairs. Buzz volunteers to test a brand new hyperspace fuel, which is a key component of the repairs. However, after a 4-minute test flight, he discovers that 4 years have passed on Takani Prime due to the effects of time dilation from having traveled at relativistic speeds. Buzz is then introduced to Sox, a robotic feline, and he continues testing the hyperspace fuel. Now, Sox is given to him kind of like a service animal to kind of deal and cope with the fact that all this time is passing in reality, even though it's only mere moments for Buzz. And with each subsequent test, 4 more years pass on to Connie Prime until eventually over 62 years have elapsed. As the time passes, the colony develops. Alicia gets pregnant and raises a son with her wife Kiko, and then eventually dies of old age. And Sox works at improving the fuel's composition, allowing it to obtain faster than light speeds. Against the orders of his brand new commanding officer, Commander Burnside, Buzz uses the new fuel composition for a successful hyperspace test. However, upon landing, Buzz discovers that 22 years have now passed, during which time Tikani Prime has been invaded by Cyclops robots led by the mysterious Zurg. Buzz meets up with members of the colony's defense forces, including Mo Morrison, a fresh and naive recruit, Darby Steele, an elderly paroled convict, and Izzy Hawthorne, Alicia's now grown up granddaughter. While he's initially hesitant to work with them, Buzz eventually warms up to them, and together they plan an attack on Zurg's ship in order to destroy the invading forces. Following an encounter, Zurg abducts Buzz and brings him aboard his ship where he reveals his true identity. Zurg is actually an older version of Buzz from an alternate timeline in which he escaped from Burnside's forces after the successful hyperspace test. Aided by the effects of time dilation, he traveled to the far future where he encountered a technologically advanced yet abandoned vessel. He assumed Zurg's identity by wearing his signature mecha suit and then traveled back to the now present in order to obtain more hyperspace fuel from Buzz. That way, he can continue to travel back into time and prevent the exploration vessel from landing on Takani Prime in the first place. However, our Buzz refuses due to the implications of possible temporal paradoxes that would result from such actions, which would wipe out the entire current timeline and everyone in it. Meanwhile, Izzy, Mo, Darby, and Socks board Zurg's ship in order to assist Buzz. After a chaotic assault on the ship, Buzz and his team destroy the ship and escape. After a chaotic assault on the ship, Buzz and his team are able to destroy the ship and escape. However, Zurg, having survived the ship's destruction, arrives and attacks Buzz, grabbing the hyperspace fuel. As Zurg prepares to destroy him, Buzz shoots the fuel, causing it to explode and incapacitate Zurg. With the fuel gone, Buzz wishes to stay on Takani Prime. Upon their return home, Burnside arrests Buzz, but relents, allowing Buzz to revive the Space Ranger Corps. Buzz is then told he can select any of the recruits that he wants for his brand new team. So Buzz selects Izzy, Mo, Darby, and Socks to form the core of this brand new organization, much to Burnside's surprise. Buzz and his team then set off on their first official mission to explore parts unknown as our movie comes to its end. However, in a post-credit scene, Zurg is revealed to have survived the explosion. I will admit, when I first heard that Lightyear was announced, I was skeptical. Toy Story 1 through 3 already had a good run. I didn't think there was a need for part 4. They did it anyway. I ended up eating my words. It wasn't as good as part 3, in my opinion, but it did have its moments. I can relent and admit the fact that, okay, it exists. But I was skeptical about Lightyear. And then I started doing some digging and some thinking. And I came up with the whole, what if this is the story of the man who inspired the action figure, which in a sense it is. But Pixar took it and they flipped it just a little bit and they made it about a movie for which the toy was based off of. I was willing and ready to go into this accepting the fact that there probably wouldn't be a sequel. Because in my head, Buzz Lightyear was going to go on a mission to space, more than likely encounter Zurg, upon return, perish and pass away, and in his memory for his bravery, the Buzz Lightyear action figure was created, which then got into the hands of Andy, and so on and so forth with the Toy Story saga that we know and love today. They went a different route with that. Instead, young Andy went to the movie theaters back in 1995, saw a movie that made the character Buzz Lightyear somebody that he loved and respected, and he wanted that toy. Got that toy in the first movie. And this movie that I'm reviewing right now is supposed to be that very same movie that Andy saw. So now, of course, it's open for sequels because we know Zurg is still alive. Buzz has collected his initial crew to restart the Space Ranger Corps. Do I really want this to turn into another multi movie franchise? No, please don't. If you're going to do one more, fine. I'll allow you guys to do one more because you definitely left it open ended for a sequel. But please don't turn this into a 3, 4, 5 movie franchise. Now, you guys probably saw the artwork on the screen there, promoting the video there on your home walls. Young Andy in the movie theater with his popcorn and all his toys. I'll admit that was totally me going into this film, minus the having the toys there with me. My girlfriend and I walked into this theater to see this movie, and that was our reaction. We were Andy in that image. We were so chomping at the bit to see this after all the hype, the trailers, everything that we'd learned about it. And when the movie was over and we emerged from the theater, we had that same mentality and facial expressions. We were so hyped. This movie was amazing. I leaned over to her when they were doing the Alicia's passing scene, and I was like, "Is somebody cutting onions in here?" Making the crying joke because it was so emotional watching her record her final message to Buzz because Buzz missed all of that time with her by doing these experiments on the fuel. He was so caught up in trying to get everybody back home and complete the mission, he missed life as it was happening. And that hit me. You know, it's like Ferris Bueller said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. And Buzz missed out on life because he was trying to complete the mission. So that really resonated with me because a lot of times we get caught up in trying to, it's stuff we have to do, trying to hustle at work to make money, to pay bills, to support our family and make sure they're well taken care of, that we don't take that day every now and again to just live life with them. And so that really kind of resonated and hit home with me. And we need to try and do that as a society more. Normalize taking an extra day off every now and again during your work week. Call in sick, play hooky, go and do something and make your life worth living. This was such a fantastic movie. And like I said, Although I don't want it to spiral into a 3, 4, 5 movie franchise, I'm willing to accept that there will more than likely be a sequel with the way that it ended, and I'm curious and looking forward to see where they go from here. I have ideas in my head about where I would take the story, but we just got to see what the Pixar team does because very rarely do they miss. When it comes to my rating for Lightyear, 4.5 out of 5. I'm not going to rate it as the perfect movie yet because it's the first time I've seen it. Over time, maybe the rating will go down. Maybe it'll get that full 5-star rating. But the way I feel about this film, having come out of just seeing it and everything that went along with it, the excitement, Pixar did an amazing job. And I'm jonesing for more, even though I don't want more. That says a lot. So 4.5, 5 stars. The other thing I got to talk about is Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. You know, a lot of people were skeptical about, well, why isn't Tim Allen Buzz Lightyear? And that's where I kind of came up with the theory that Chris Evans was playing the man that Buzz was inspired by, which in a sense he kind of was, since Andy saw this movie and the toy was made off the movie. So in a sense it was. But that's why the voices are different. Tim Allen Buzz is the Buzz that they got to record the lines for the action figure. Chris Evans is Buzz Lightyear. And their voices are so similar. When he first started talking, my girlfriend and I were looking at each other and we're like, holy crap, he sounds just like Tim Allen. So it works. It works beautifully. But 4.5 out of 5 stars for me when it comes to Lightyear. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, man. I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who, like me, either grew up with Toy Story or know somebody who did. Let's have that conversation, though, because going back, we enjoy this movie on levels, regardless of what period you came into the franchise on it with. There's so much to get into here. Leave those comments, leave those feedback, messages. Let's engage with this. Make sure you tune in both to this channel and the Jeff Meacham Network immediately following this broadcast for WWE Money in the Bank. Myself and the simple man, Noah Foster, will be providing the commentary. Jeff Meacham in the studio, joining us for previews and predictions and watch long reactions. James Hebert joining us post show for our traditional post pay per view open mic night coverage. It's going to be a fun, good show. And then Sunday, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, join me for another brand new installment of The War Zone, the weekly acquisition report. And this week I'll be showing off all the stuff that I've picked up recently from Goodwills in my local area. You're not going to want to miss out on all that content coming up both here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network and the Jeff Meacham multiverse of affiliates. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there, thank you for tuning in today and joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell turned on. Share this video with your family, your friends, your loved ones, Disney fans, Pixar fans, Toy Story fans, movie fans, cinephiles in general, anyone that you think would enjoy and benefit from watching this episode and enjoy my content. Let's try to get it out there, boost my visibility, get me monetized by the end of the year so I can begin making money on these endeavors. Thank you to all of you. I greatly appreciate it. Let us end this by going to infinity and beyond.